More than 360 million years ago, before the first dinosaurs, before the first trees with leaves, the planet was ruled by oceans vast and strange. It was the late Devonian period, an age of evolution's bold experiments. Coral reefs stretched for miles, giant ferns fringed the coasts, and the seas shimmered with creatures whose forms have long vanished. Armored fish drifted beside coiled ammonites, while primitive sharks prowled in the depths, their small teeth glinting in the dark. But in this ancient kingdom, a new ruler was rising, a predator unlike anything the world had ever seen. Dunkleosteus, the armored titan of the deep. 10 meters long, weighing more than 3 tons, it was a living fortress, its skull sheathed in bone plates thicker than a man's hand. No teeth, only 2 sharpened blades of bone that snapped together with a force strong enough to slice through steel. When it opened its mouth, water rushed inward, and, in an instant, the jaws slammed shut with a pressure greater than any shark alive today. Shell, bone, armor, nothing could withstand that bite. Before Dunkleosteus, the ocean was a place of abundance. After its rise, the sea learned to fear. Where its shadow passed, life either fled or perished. Yet behind its power lay something almost tragic. For all its might, Dunkleosteus lived alone. It was a king without kin, forged for war in a world that would soon betray it. The morning light over the Devonian Sea was dim, filtered through clouds of plankton and drifting silt. Below, a school of Bothrialepis grazed among the reefs, small armored fish, peaceful, unaware. From the shadows, Dunkleosteus waited. Its eyes, round and cold, studied the current, every flicker, every ripple. Then, with a single beat of its tail, it struck. The water split open around it, a blur of bronze and bone. A single bite, and the prey vanished in a burst of blood and shattered armor. The sea trembled.
The hunt was over before the victim even knew it had begun. But the ocean was changing. Beneath its calm surface, the balance of life began to shift. Volcanoes darkened the sky, oxygen levels fell, coral reefs died, food grew scarce. Hunger drove the titan mad, and soon the hunter turned on its own kind. 2 Dunkleosteus met in the dim waters, each the mirror of the other, each unwilling to yield. They circled, slow and deliberate, their armor glinting like molten metal in the fading light. Then, with a violent surge, they collided, bone against bone, power against pride. The sound echoed through the water, a deep, metallic crack. Their jaws clashed like thunder. Fragments of armor drifted down like snow. There were no victors, only wounds. Each carried the scars of desperation, a reminder that even apex predators are prisoners of hunger. As the ages turned, the sea itself began to suffocate. The once lush Devonian ocean became a graveyard. The giants slowed, their movements heavy, their eyes dim. And one by one, the Dunkleosteus sank into the black, their armored bodies settling into the mud. Silent monuments to a vanished empire. Millions of years passed, continents drifted, mountains rose from ancient seabeds, and somewhere in what is now Cleveland, Ohio, a piece of bone was pulled from the rock, a fragment of the skull of a monster that once ruled the sea. When scientists pieced it together, the face of Dunkleosteus stared back, fierce, ancient, almost human in its defiance. A predator so perfect, and yet so utterly doomed. For it was not defeated in battle, but by the planet itself, the Devonian extinction, a silent killer that drained the seas of life, ended its reign not with violence, but with stillness. Power, no matter how great, cannot outlive change, and Dunkleosteus, the unbreakable, was broken by time. Yet its legacy endures. The sleek shape of sharks, the cunning of predators, the hunger that drives all life forward, they are echoes of this armored ghost. When the great white shark tears through its prey, when the killer whale circles with cold precision, they carry whispers of an ancestor that hunted long before them. Perhaps that is why, when we gaze into the blue abyss, some ancient part of us still feels unease, as if something vast and unseen is watching back. Deep beneath the waves, in the quiet dark, the bones of Dunkleosteus rest, a relic of power, a memory of what it means to rule and what it costs to survive. In nature, there are no eternal kings, only legends buried beneath the tide.